On June 24th, 2025, Thomas Lee Gudinas faced execution by lethal injection in Florida after 31 years on death row for a crime that shocked Orlando. In this video, we'll unravel his brutal crimes, his last meal, and his final words. In downtown Orlando, May 23rd, 1994, 27-year-old Michelle McGrath, a vibrant Rollins College student and Martin Marietta clerk, was in the bar, while a 20-year-old Thomas Lee Gudinas, a drifter from Massachusetts, downs drinks with his roommates, his eyes scanning the crowd. He's already got a dark past, convicted in Massachusetts for assault with intent to rape. Tonight, he's restless, fueled by beer, marijuana, and something far more sinister. As the clock nears 2:45 a.m., Michelle steps out into the humid night, heading to her car parked in a dimly lit lot nearby. She doesn't notice the figure lurking in the shadows. Gudinas, now separated from his friends, watches her every move, his mind racing with violent intent. Meanwhile, another woman, Rochelle Smith, 25, leaves the bar with her fiancé. She accidentally walks to the wrong parking lot, her heels clicking on the pavement. Suddenly, she spots a man, Gudinas, crouched behind a car, his eyes locked on her. Her heart races as she hurries to her car, locking the doors just as he tries to yank open the passenger side. "You!" he screams, wrapping a cloth around his hand to smash her window. Rochelle blares her horn, and Gudinas flees into the night, his rage unspent. Michelle isn't so lucky. As she reaches her car, Gudinas attacks, dragging her into a nearby alley off Washington Street. The alley is dark, littered with trash, and eerily quiet. There, he unleashes a brutal assault, beating her with such force that her skull fractures. He rapes her, leaving sticks inserted in her body, a final act of degradation. Michelle's blood alcohol level later shows 0.17%, suggesting she was impaired, unable to fight back. Her body lies motionless, her bra pushed above her chest, her life stolen in moments of unimaginable horror. At 7:30 a.m., Jane Brand, a Pace School employee, arrives for work. She notices a young man, Gudinas, sitting on the school steps, his back to her. She tells him to leave, and he jumps the fence, landing in the alley. Minutes later, Jane hears a crash and steps outside. Her scream pierces the morning air as she spots Michelle's battered body. She flags down Officer Chisari, a bike patrol cop, who learns from a deputy that a man named Colbert Presley found Michelle's keys near her car at 4 a.m. Presley points to a man walking away, Gudinas, who claimed the keys were his. The police are now on high alert. Rochelle, hearing about the murder, contacts police. Her description of the man who attacked her matches Gudinas, and she identifies him in a photo lineup. Back at his South Orlando apartment, Gudinas returns around 8:30 a.m., wearing blood-stained boxer shorts. His roommate, Todd Gates, notices scratches on his knuckles. Gudinas lies, saying he was jumped by two black men. His cousins, Fred and Dwayne Harris, overhear chilling words. "I killed her," Gudinas brags. Fred later finds Michelle's crime alert flyers and grows suspicious. The net tightens. Police find Gudinas' fingerprints on Michelle's car and semen traces on her body. Witnesses place him at the crime scene, and his roommate's testimonies paint a damning picture. On May 30th, 1994, Orlando police arrest Thomas Lee Gudinas at his apartment, charging him with first-degree murder, 2 counts of sexual battery, attempted sexual battery, and attempted robbery. His arrest sends shockwaves through Orlando, a city already on edge. His life now in the hands of the justice system. The city of Orlando breathes a sigh of relief. But for Michelle McGrath's family, the pain is just beginning. Her parents, devastated by the loss of their bright, ambitious daughter, attend every court hearing, their hearts heavy with grief. Rochelle Smith, shaken by her own encounter with Gudinas, testifies with trembling resolve, knowing she narrowly escaped Michelle's fate. The investigation, led by Orlando Police Detective Robert Fogel, uncovers chilling details. Gudinas' fingerprint on Michelle's car, matching semen samples, and his own damning statements to his cousins, Fred and Dwayne Harris. In July 1994, prosecutors charged Gudinas with first-degree murder, sexual battery, attempted sexual battery, and attempted robbery. The courtroom is tense as the trial begins in March 1995 at the Orange County Courthouse. Assistant State Attorney Jeff Ashton paints Gudinas as a predator, emphasizing the brutality of Michelle's murder. Gudinas' defense, led by public defender Robert Wesley, argues his troubled upbringing. Born in 1974 in Massachusetts, abandoned by his mother at 6, bounced between foster homes, and sexually abused by age 9. They claim his mental illness and childhood trauma drove him to crime, citing his prior 1992 assault conviction in Massachusetts. But the jury, after hearing Rochelle's testimony and forensic evidence, isn't swayed. On April 5, 1995, they convict Gudinas on all counts. During the penalty phase, Michelle's mother, Linda McGrath, delivers a heart-rending statement. She was my world, and he took her without mercy. The jury, by a 9-3 vote, recommends the death penalty, and on May 10, 1995, Judge Belvin Perry Jr. sentences Gudinas to death, calling the crime heinous, atrocious, and cruel. Gudinas shows no remorse, staring blankly as the gavel falls. He's sent to Florida State Prison, where he begins a decades-long wait on death row. Over the next 30 years, Gudinas files multiple appeals, claiming ineffective counsel and mental illness, but the courts uphold his sentence. In 2001, the Florida Supreme Court affirms his conviction, noting the overwhelming evidence. By 2010, his appeals shift to challenging lethal injection protocols, but these too fail. Posts on X in 2025 reflect public division. Some, like it in CAP and a Death Penalty Act, call for mercy, citing Gudinas' trauma and mental health issues, while others demand justice for Michelle. In prison, Gudinas is a loner, rarely speaking to guards or inmates. He spends hours reading legal documents, his only visitors occasional lawyers as his death date approaches. Finally, on June 24, 2025, at 6 p.m., when the execution room curtain parted, Thomas Lee Gudinas, 51, was already secured to a gurney with an .4 in his left arm. After the warden spoke with the governor's office, he asked Gudinas if he wished to make a final statement. Though his words were inaudible to those in the viewing room, Griffin reported that Gudinas expressed repentance and mentioned Jesus. For his last meal, Gudinas had pepperoni pizza, fries, and a soda, according to officials. He was pronounced dead at 6:13 p.m.